Hey beautiful babes, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my findings from using these beautiful templates from LB Creates and glittering them first before applying them to my tumbler. I used two different types of double-sided adhesive for this video to test them out. This month in my creative community, we've been working on everything templates. We've been using glitter glue, we've been using the flippin' awesome paints from the Crystalac company, we've been using the double-sided adhesive, and while working on those projects, somebody said, hey, could you glitter the template first? I saw it on TikTok, and I said, well, I've never done it that way, but let me test it out for you and see how that works. So I started out with my 3M double-sided adhesive. This is a really rigid, good double-sided sticky adhesive that you'll see later on in this video with the one that I did in my creative community when I glittered on the tumbler. But in this video, I'm glittering it flat. And the process of glittering it flat was actually like pretty therapeutic. I really liked it. I thought it was cool seeing it laid out, and I liked that I could just dump all of the glitter off of it and put it back into my container fairly easy. So that's one of the plus sides of doing it this way, because you can see it and you don't have to have your hand in the tumbler and rotate it around. And so this part went by relatively fast. And I'm using all of these glitters from the Glitter Heart Company. These glitters, with the exception of Hello Gorgeous, are all in my Retro Rainbow Fine Cut Glitter Set, and I will have that linked below in the description box, as well as this amazing 3M tape. Later on in the video, I will be using the Silhouette brand double-sided adhesive because I wanted to do more than one just to test it out and see how it worked. So stay tuned through the end and you'll see the findings for that one as well. But I really loved the 3M. I'm also going to be trying out Tumbler tape. I have some on the way to me, and once I test that out, I will update my creative community and also make a post on Instagram about it. When glittering your template like this, make sure that you are tapping down your glitter after each color to make sure that it stays on there. And you can see with the holographic glitters that were in my Retro Rainbow glitter set, we are really getting fantastic coverage with this 3M tape. I really loved the 3M tape. And if you see in the upper left-hand corner, that's the tumbler that I worked on in my creative community together with the babes in there. And everything was so vibrant. I really liked that. And I'm just going to keep going with all of these different colors of glitter. If you want to plan out your template ahead of time, there are a few different ways that you can do that. I talked about this in my creative community if you're in there, but you can print out your template and color it in. You can use Procreate, create a little key for yourself so you can number it out kind of like a paint by number, but with, the glitter colors that you're going to be using. Now, after we're done glittering, we are going to knock off all of that glitter, and I'm going to take this outside and I'm going to spray this 2 times with the 2-time Rustoleum matte spray paint. And this is just what I had on hand. You could also use gloss or triple thick if you'd like. Or you could brush on your Crystalac's glitter glue or spray on the glitter glue mixed with a little bit of water. But I wanted to spray seal this with my clear spray just because I had it on hand and I have the time to wait, so I didn't mind to have that gas off. Now I am using a 30-ounce straight AF mother tumbler. I love the straight AF tumblers. Anytime I do a full wrap, whether that be patterned vinyl, or like these templates, I love the straight tumblers. And I will also have those linked below in the description box, and that link will save you 5% on your order. So make sure to snag some of these babies up. So I'm flipping over the template and I am going to start peeling back the bottom layer of the sticky tape. The 3M tape is very sticky, and it was around this part here where I start thinking, man, if I mess this up, then that's it. All of my hard work that I just spent glittering this tumbler is done. because I don't know if you've used the templates before. And if you have, the way I used to do it was I would use the 651 permanent vinyl. You can use removable vinyl, but I found that using the 651 gave me really crisp lines. So if I would print out, or I would cut out with my Cricut Maker more than one template just in case. And because I would almost always mess up putting it on the first time, and I'd have to start over and do another one. So I was thinking, oh my goodness, if I get this on the tumbler and there's any big wrinkles or anything, how am I going to get this off and fix it? Because I have already glittered. So all I can say is go slow, slow, slow. Make sure that the about 1/2 inch that you have of the sticky side on the tumbler, that is on there perfectly straight, because you are going to have a hard time ripping this back up if you have to. Now, I also noticed that when I did not glitter first, when I put the template, the double-sided adhesive onto the tumbler first before glittering, the 3M was very rigid. It was very easy to wrap it around the tumbler. Now you can see here, I'm having a little bit of issue because once I'm removing that backing, it is very thin and it is creating almost these, I was calling them micro wrinkles because I don't know what else to call them. They were just these tiny wrinkles, and I was getting so frustrated because I did not want those. So just work really slow, push it down a little bit at a time. Like you can see some of the little wrinkles right there. And I mean, I thought I was going slow. I thought that I was taking my time, but I still had that issue. And that is why, it is all trial and error. And I don't mind trialing out these techniques for you and letting you all know my findings so that way you can work smarter, not harder. Let me work harder for you. Now, you kind of get the drift on what I'm doing here, so I'm going to speed this up for the tutorial purposes because I am working very slow. I'm speeding this up at 5 times speed, just so that we can get through this relatively quickly without you having to watch me draw this out any longer. But just go slow and take your time and press out any of those little wrinkles that you can along the way, just like you would when doing a full vinyl wrap. Now, another little thing that I noticed when applying it this way was that the double-sided adhesive was actually a little bit stretchy almost, and I don't know why that was. So it created this little overlap that wasn't necessarily there before. So you can see all of these little tiny micro wrinkles, and I was not happy with that. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do another one, and I'm really going to seal it again and see what happens, because I wanted to get it right. So I'm going to, in the next part of the video, you are going to see me go in with a different type of adhesive. And the little overlap here, I had to keep there because it was very sticky, and there's just no way that I could have cut that off, as opposed to when I put the template on first and then glitter, I was able to cut off that extra little seam, if there was any, very easy, because there was the other part of the adhesive sheet stuck on top of there. This is the tumbler on the left I made live in my creative community with the babes in there, and that one went on perfectly. I used the same double-sided adhesive. I glittered on the tumbler, and because the tape was so rigid when I put it on, it was able to go on flat, like perfectly flat. So because I didn't like my findings with that first one of glittering first, I decided to use a different brand. So I tried the Silhouette double-sided adhesive, and let me just say, I was not a fan. I really wasn't. I'm so sorry to say, but I was not a fan of that adhesive. You could see those wrinkles right away, and the top part of the adhesive sheet, the part that covers the adhesive, it was so easy to pull that off. That glitter was just kind of, it was getting underneath of those pieces, you can see how thin it is and flimsy, that it's wrinkled even before I put it on the tumbler. And I remembered that it stretched the first time when I just did the tumbler that we did previously. So I actually trimmed off a little bit of the side to try to prevent that overlap from happening on this tumbler. Now, this tumbler is a 20-ounce straight AF mother tumbler, and I have that prepped with a white matte Rust-Oleum spray paint. So we're going to do exactly what we did on the first one. We are just going to peel the backing off. This has also been spray sealed with the Clear Rustoleum spray, and I'm speeding this up for the video, but I'm doing it the exact same way, but I am going slow. And I am trying to prevent those little tiny wrinkles from popping up on the back of this tumbler. Now, this tumbler didn't have as many wrinkles once I put it on, but I still had them. Was that discouraging? Yes. Was I disappointed? Yes. But I really wanted to try it again and see how it went. There was a tiny bit of overlap here. Also, the Silhouette brand wasn't as sticky as the 3M, so I was able to go in and pull that up a little bit if needed. And you can see the seam there wasn't a lot. So overall, my findings were that I preferred glittering on the tumbler. I did like that I could, when you lay it flat, you can see it. It was kind of therapeutic. I liked that it went a little bit faster, but overall, I don't see a benefit to glittering flat for me personally. You may have a lot of success, but this tumbler in my hand right now, I glittered on the tumbler and no wrinkles. It was very easy to do. So I say I like the 3M. I'll be trying out a few more tapes, and I'll be getting back to you and letting you know my findings. So make sure that you are subscribed and you like this video and give it a thumbs up, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.